Jill O'Neill, and I'm proud to be the principal at Tumwater Middle School. When I began preparing to even interview for the position, I did research on what are the most important factors in opening a new school, and there were 3 domains that were important to focus. One was school culture, one was the school procedures, and the other one was the instructional design. And with all 3, I wanted to be very intentional.
Next year in the fall, I'll be at Tumwater, and I'm really excited because I've only seen the school having temporary schools in it, and I'm really excited to finally have it as just this is our school.
The focus of school culture begins with developing the values, not only of the staff, but of the students that will serve and the larger community. So we began doing focus groups to uncover what are the values that are important to each group and where's the overlap. And what we found was that creating an inclusive community was highly valued by all. The students wanted most for us to inject some fun. A middle school should be fun, learning should be fun. But also, both students and staff wanted to make sure there was academic challenge for students as well as social emotional support. So those came forward as the values. And that helps then direct what our school culture is going to be.
At the time when we first came in the building, everyone referred to it as Timberland because that was what the developer had labeled it when the developer had made the homes in this area. The school district had a lot of conversations with surrounding members of the tribal community and having their thoughts on the land here, like the waterfalls, and trying to be thoughtful and respectful in the naming of a place, but also allowing for a land acknowledgement of who was here and to be able to reflect the Chinook word for waterfall. Tumwater just seemed like a natural choice.
My name is Max. I was a 5th grader at Cedar Bell, and I'm excited to come to Tumwater. What I'm most looking forward to about this school is I'm getting to meet new people and make new friends.
The most important thing for me in a new school is obviously learning, but also an open and welcoming community for everyone.
Once we knew what was important to us, then I was able to work with a group of students. We had 88 students on a student advisory team, and we asked them to compare the values that students had put forward with the over 1,000 mascot recommendations that had come from the students themselves. And we narrowed that list down. Student voice is important, and it was a great way to capture student thinking. So when we went back to all of the incoming students, I felt like we had recommendations for kids on what our visual brand would be, whether it was the mascot or the colors. They had something to tie it into our school culture.
So we had 7 students today coming together to give feedback on what they'd like to see for their Tumwater logo. So after hearing the name Rapids, what ideas did you have in your head on what a new middle school logo would look like? Go ahead.
Strong.
Determined.
Maybe agile.
They want to see the logo being very fluid, water related. So I think it's very important for students to give their feedback because it is their school. So it's not just me putting my ideas, it's also their ideas as well.
I'm really glad that we have our mascot picked out. I think the Tumwater Rapids is really cool. And I'm really excited to be able to make some decisions for the school and have an impact on what it will be in the future, as I will be one of the first students in the school.
We have grown from a planning team of 12 teachers and support staff to over 60 staff members. It's actually the most important work I can do as an instructional leader is hire a team of teachers who are strong in their content knowledge, but also love the young adolescent learner and will be there to support not only their academic growth, but the social emotional growth that we know students at this age will experience.
I just really want to be able to learn something in this safe environment with friends, and I just really want to have a really nice middle school experience. I think it's going to be really interesting to be the first graduating class from Tumwater Middle School, and I really think that's an amazing opportunity that I've been granted, and I'm really, really grateful for that.
One of the exciting privileges of opening Tumwater is we get to seed our school culture. We plant the seeds and we hope we're going to grow a beautiful garden, right? This is not our temporary home. This is our new home.
The opening a new school is an incredible privilege. And I wonder, looking back 10, 20 years from now, what elements of the school culture, what elements of the instructional design, and what elements of just general school management will still be in place because of the decisions that the teachers and the support staff are making now. We're beginning with the students' needs at the core, at the center of our work, and that focus won't change. It will carry throughout the year, and hopefully all the years to come.
Hi, I'm Conaway Tillicum. Good morning, my relatives. My name is Gary Wesley. I'm Kalapuya, an ascendant of the Assiniboine Sioux Tribe in Fort Belknap, Montana. I'm the Beaverton School District Title VI coordinator and facilitator. Behind me is the Cedar Mill Waterfalls, which Tumwater Middle School was named in honor of. Traditionally, it was a gathering site of the Tualatin Kalapuya, so it's definitely a significant cultural site. Tumwater is the Chinook Wawa word for waterfall, and the word tum-tum is heart. So in many ways, the name Tumwater kind of shows the connections that we have as Native people with the land and the waterways. So in many ways, being stewards of the land, we have that strong connection with how we name things directly after important parts of ourselves. As Native people, it's always been ingrained in our society to be stewards of the land. When you're down here at the waterfalls, reflect on this space and think about the people before you. So today I ask you that you take up that role of being stewards of this land. I first and foremost like to thank the Beaverton School District for naming the middle school after this land here, traditional gathering site of our people. Masi.